A lot of you guys have been asking many questions regarding which edition should you get for WWE 2K26 since there are so many, and here this is the video where you will get the pre-order guide, something to kind of help you and guide you towards what edition you think you do want to get. So I'm here to go over a lot of the details and talk about it and break this down, hopefully to the point where you can make a decision after this video. But before we get that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. You guys have been enjoying the content because we are giving away a couple of copies of WWE 2K26. You guys can go on ahead and start by going to my Twitter page, X page, whatever you want to call it. I'm hosting 2 giveaways over there. The links will be down below. Let's go on ahead and get into it. WWE 2K26 has certainly given you a choice with so many of these editions, but there's only one clear-cut option, and it really depends on what you want to do once you get this game. So here you guys see we have the standard edition for $69.99, obviously the standard, and then we get the Triple H Kings of Kings edition for $100, and then we get to the Attitude Era at $129.99, and then we get the $149.99 Monday Night War edition. A couple things to go on ahead and talk about here, right? This right here, the standard edition. When we look at the standard edition, the one that I would recommend this to is my casuals. People that like to get the game but fall off of it real quick, right? Because we all have a certain game like that we get because we're excited, we pick it up, and then we put it down and we don't really play all year round. So for my casuals, the standard edition is probably your best bet. Now, with that being said, if you do get the standard edition at $70, you are not going to get the 7-day early access, which is obviously a problem for a lot of people because you're going to have FOMO, you're going to want to play the game, you're going to see people streaming the game, you're going to see people making videos on the game, you're going to want to play. But again, if you're a casual, I recommend you wait the extra week. But if you are someone that is like, I need this now, but I know I'm not going to play, past 2 months or whatever the case is, then go on ahead and get the $100 edition, right? And as long as you're going ahead and pre-order, you will also get the Joe Hendry pack, which is also a big deal for a lot of people too. So just make sure you keep an eye out on that. Then we get to the King of Kings edition. And if I'm being honest, y'all, this one to me, personally, if I'm being honest, I don't think this one is worth it. Now, the reason why is because we go into the details and you get a Triple H 98, which in my opinion is not the best Triple H model you can get for something like this. We've already seen what it looks like and you guys can see right here as well. I'm just not the biggest fan of this edition, if I'm being completely honest, and I don't think it gives you that bang for your buck that the last couple years the $100 edition has given to consumers. You look and you get a Stephanie McMahon 2000 playable superstar. Again, it really just depends. I don't get these games to play with Stephanie McMahon, so it's really hard for me to go on ahead and justify this edition because you're only getting these tad bits and pieces, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind, but you do get Joe Hendry, you get some My Faction stuff for Joe Hendry, you get also a Create a Superstar part with the Joe Hendry t-shirt and the Joe Hendry spin, and you also get Ringside Pass Premium Season 1. In the past, you were able to get the whole season pass where you get all of the DLC for $100, and now you only get one of the DLC seasons instead of all 5. That's the reason why I say you want to hold off on this edition because you're really just paying $30 extra for the Ringside Pass Premium Season 1, which will be $10 from what we've seen. And then you're also going to go on ahead and get 7-day early access. So if you want the game that bad a week early, then obviously get it because that's what will make this edition and your money worth it. But when we're talking about the additional things that you get here, I'm just not too crazy about it. And keep in mind that all of these copies do include WWE 2K25. So that's just my 2 cents when looking at which edition to pre-order. Now, here's where it begins to get a little bit tricky. You get seasons 1 through 4, The Rock 99, Kane 98, and China 97. And this edition costs $129.99 US dollars. Here on my end, you see that you get Ringside Premium Seasons 1 through 4. There is 6 total seasons, so you are going to miss out on 2 seasons if you get this edition. You'll probably have to get it yourself, but you get The Rock 99, Kane 98, which a lot of people are not too happy about, but you also get China 97. So these are the 3 superstars that you get a part of this. I don't think we've seen The Rock 99 yet, but I know that we haven't seen China 97 either. Maybe I'm wrong, but K98 we definitely have seen, and it has caused a uproar online, obviously. But you look at what else this edition includes, you're going to get the Raw is War 98 Arena, and this is all for $29.99 more. So this is all for about $30 more than the $100 edition, so you guys are aware. Now is where the content starts to pick up a little bit. We're talking about 3 playable superstars. We're getting some My Faction Evo cards if you are a My Faction fan, and you're also going to get the My Superstar Island emote for Undertaker and HBK. And then you also get everything that comes with the Kings of Kings Deluxe Edition. And you're also going to get 100,000 VC plus 32,500 VC. Now, here's where my problem begins with this. Because I feel that, again, $129.99, it's just a lot of money, but you're not getting all of the ringside premium passes, right? Now, we don't know what rewards the ringside premium pass is going to have. What we know is that it's going to have 100 tiers. And if you guys want a further breakdown, you guys can check out my last video. But we know that we are going to get 100 tiers. There's going to be many rewards throughout those 100 tiers. And DLC will likely be at the very end of it. And that's going to be the final reward. So if you get this edition, you're likely going to miss out on the fall Christmas DLC packs that they decide to drop, because we do have the dates for those. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you are someone that plays these games all year round, you may want to go on ahead and take a look at the edition that you are getting. Because if you're somebody that plays the game for about the first month or two, I recommend getting either the standard edition or the deluxe edition, because the deluxe edition brings the first premium ringside pass that you will need, because you're going to want to unlock the DLC. So that's where I stand with that. But if you are somebody that plays the games for a very long period of time throughout the year, then you're stuck between the Attitude Era edition and the Monday Night War edition. Those are just the two. It's extremely simple at this point from now on if you're somebody like myself that plays these games all year round. And now we get to the Monday Night War edition. And this, to me, is the edition that I will be getting. Why? Because I feel that when you look at this edition, this is the one that gives you the most for your buck. When they designed this edition, they made this the clear-cut choice for players that are heavily involved with this game all year round. You can't convince me about that. This is literally the clear-cut choice. The only edition that doesn't make sense to me out of the 4 is the deluxe edition with Triple H on it, the Kings of Kings edition. That does not make much sense to purchase as a consumer. If you're gonna go on ahead and buy this, right, to me, I would just go on ahead and wait the 7 days, get the standard edition, and then buy the ringside pass if I were you guys. Now, if you wanted everything, the Monday Night War edition is simple. That's the choice, and that's my choice. And again, it's not only because I make content on this game, but if I was not making any content on this game, I know myself, I know that I play these games for a very long time, so this would be the clear-cut choice for a player like myself. And I know that a lot of you guys that watch the videos consider yourselves players that play these games all year long. So this, to me, right here is the best. You get the Monday Night War edition pack with Shawn Michaels, DX, Macho Man Randy Savage, Roddy Piper, and you get the WCW Thunder Arena. And again, I'm not making this choice because of the playable superstars that you get. I'm making this choice because of the fact that Ringside Pass Premium Seasons 1 through 6 are going to be the DLC. That's what the DLC is. That's what you're going to want. And that's what I always stick on these games for, the DLC passes. So being that this is so heavily involved with having all 6 seasons, it probably makes the most sense to get this edition, because if you are a player that plays all year long and get the standard edition, you're going to miss out on the early access. You're going to miss out on all of the playable superstars. And not only that, if you do decide to get every premium ringside pass, you're going to have to spend $60 plus $70. So you're already at $130. You're not getting no 7-day access. You're not getting no playable superstars that you're going to get as the pre-order bonus. You're not getting nothing extra. So you're losing if you're somebody that gets the standard edition and wants to buy every single season. It's not going to work, in my opinion, and that's just me being honest. You guys can call me whatever you want, but I'm just giving you my educated choice based on the descriptions that we're seeing. If you want every single piece of content in this game, the choice is clear. Monday Night War Edition is the choice that you want to go. Now, if you decide to go on ahead and grab, something else like the Attitude Era version because you don't see yourself playing past the summer, that's a smart decision because that's something that you don't see yourself doing. But if you are somebody that plays these games a lot, I recommend the Monday Night War Edition, man. It is expensive. I'm not justifying it to you guys, but again, it's all about how you play this game and how long do you plan on playing this game. That's really what I'm trying to open a lot of your eyes at. This is something that really just depends mostly on you, and you got to go on ahead and make that choice. These are just some of my thoughts going into each edition, and hopefully I've helped you make a choice.